Crises don't destroy fortunes, they multiply them. And those who understand this never lose. When everyone stares at destruction, a few see creation. While most see ruin, others see the most profitable moment in history. 3 times in the last century, 1929, 1973, 2008, fear swallowed the world. And each time, the same names emerged richer. Today, the board is set again. The pieces move the same way. And once again, time is for sale. Crisis equals creation. This is the mechanism that turns collapse into growth. And if you understand it, you'll never see a crisis the same way again. Every empire is born from collapse. Rome rose from the ashes of a broken republic. The dollar was forged from the failure of dozens of private banks. Modern wealth was born in the fire of crisis. At the start of the 20th century, America's economy had no anchor. Banks fell like dominoes, until one panic in 1907 almost destroyed the entire system. But while the crowd fled, one man bought everyone else's time. J.P. Morgan, 70 years old, locked Wall Street's leaders in his library and said, "No one leaves until we decide who lives and who dies." In a few days, he molded chaos into control. He chose who would be saved and who would be forgotten. When the panic ended, the nation begged for a solution. "Create something," they said, "so this never happens again." And out of that fear came the Federal Reserve. The central bank was not born from stability, it was born from chaos. The crisis destroyed banks and created a new kind of power. Because when the world burns, ownership changes hands. And that wouldn't be the last time. Every crash, every collapse, every night of panic follows the same code: destruction for many, creation for few. But who are the few? And how do they know when fear is about to turn into gold? Textbooks call it the market, but in reality, it's an invisible chessboard. Most people play blind. In every crisis, fear has a price, and someone always decides what that price will be. October 1929. Stocks fall 30% in a week. To the public, it's chaos. To a few, it's liquidity, the lifeblood of the system being quietly drained by invisible hands. The giants never sell in the crash. They sell before it, and they wait. Then, when fear peaks, they return, buying assets for pennies on the dollar. It's the same game, over and over again. During the Great Depression, 9,000 American banks vanished, but a small handful grew, among them Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, and Chase. They knew what everyone else forgot. Money doesn't disappear, it just changes owners. Whoever sets the price of fear controls the fate of empires. When trust breaks, time itself changes hands. In 1973, oil prices quadrupled. The world saw scarcity, a few saw opportunity. While gas lines stretched for miles, families quietly bought energy and shipping stocks for cents on the dollar. By 1980, those investments had multiplied 20-fold. Crises aren't random, they're tidal. Liquidity vanishes, fear rises, prices collapse, and those who control credit control the rebuild. While the crowd asks why, the elite ask when. But what happens when panic truly hits, when everything melts? That's when the game shows its real face. Collapse never comes slowly. It comes in silence, and then all at once. On September 15, 2008, the world woke up to the headline, "Lehman Brothers, bankrupt." 150 years of history erased overnight. In minutes, trillions vanished from screens. Funds froze. Credit, the oxygen of the economy, stopped flowing. It was the same mechanism as 1907 and 1929. First the panic, then the run, finally the liquidation. But while the world burned, someone was buying. That month, Warren Buffett invested billions in Goldman Sachs, buying bank stocks when no one even wanted to speak their names. Fear was the price, and he knew the value. Panic is the moment perception detaches from reality. What looks like ruin to the crowd is raw material for those who understand the cycle. In 2020, the same pattern returned. Markets fell 30% in days, but those who bought the abyss, Amazon, Tesla, Apple, saw their wealth multiply in months. Panic is the moment the world reveals who's prepared and who's merely hoping. Winners don't predict collapse, they prepare for it. But preparation without a method is just blind courage, and courage alone doesn't save anyone in a storm. When the storm comes, the prey runs, the predator waits. Fortunes born in crisis follow 4 rules, simple to hear, hard to master. Rule 1: cash is time. While most stay fully invested, predators hoard liquidity. In 2008, while banks imploded, a few families held months of reserves. When the dust settled, they bought assets that later rose tenfold. Rule 2: the list. They don't improvise. They already know what to buy before chaos hits. Like Rockefeller in 1907, he had a handwritten list of railroads and mines ready. When blood filled the streets, he executed it. Rule 3: the pain of pain. The bottom isn't a number, it's a feeling. It's the moment even the optimists give up. That's when the predator acts, cold, mechanical, precise. Rule 4: patience. Time is the invisible ally of wealth. Crises pass, but the right assets bloom like fertile ashes. Buffett waited years. Soros waited decades. Those who don't understand time never understand money. These 4 rules define the predator's instinct, but copying them without discipline leads to ruin, because courage without a plan is just another form of despair. The market is a battlefield, and history is full of brave men who died on it. During the dot-com bubble, thousands believed themselves pioneers, overnight millionaires. By 2000, when the bubble burst, the Nasdaq lost 78% of its value. Almost all of them disappeared. Courage without strategy is euphoria, and euphoria always precedes collapse. The true winners are patient. They wait for others to burn first. Like John Templeton in 1939, he bought 100 shares of every company trading under $1 in the middle of World War II. 10 years later, his fortune had multiplied 100-fold. He wasn't heroic, he was cold. He understood that courage isn't charging into the fire, it's waiting for the fire to burn out. And then there are those who go even further, people who turn collapse itself into a blueprint, who see in chaos a secret map. The first file, 1907. J.P. Morgan unifies rivals and reshapes American power. The second, 1973. As oil paralyzes the West, a small nation in the Middle East converts scarcity into petrodollar empires. The third, 2008. As the world implodes, hedge funds like Paulson and Company bet against the system everyone swore was unbreakable, turning $1 billion into $15 billion. 3 eras, 3 collapses, the same pattern. Those who understand the cycle don't try to stop the crisis. They study it like engineers study earthquakes, not to prevent them, but to build above them.
But when the next one comes, and it will, only a few will remember this. Crises are not accidents. They are the rituals of the system, tests of faith, separating those who understand time from those who merely react to it. Every empire tries to avoid collapse. None succeed, but some learn to grow within it. The code is simple: diversify energy, protect capital, buy when fear is absolute, and never depend on political promises. The anti-fragile don't survive the crisis, they feed on it. And when the next one comes, because it always does, those who understand this won't seek safety, they'll seek opportunity. Money is not the cause of crises, it's their mirror. It reveals who had faith and who only had luck. Crises don't destroy fortunes, they multiply them. They always have, and they always will. History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes, and this time you're inside the rhyme. Subscribe. History has the answers.